I said, we're going to be married 30 years this November 11th, which is, thank you, next Monday. And my husband was like very hands-off about the wedding. You know, I was like, okay, whatever you want. Like my mom and I planned it. But he loves scallops wrapped in bacon. And that was the one thing that he asked to be served, which we did. And I remember that even way back then, it was quite an upcharge to add those to the hors d'oeuvres. So we bring you the 3 or 6 pounds. And Johnny was telling me we've actually never added more than 6 pounds of the bacon wrapped scallops. And if you want to go there, I would, because you're actually going to be saving $19 on the 6 pound. It's on Easy Pay. I wish it was Smell-O-Vision, because I love Cape May. I go to the beach all the time. We're going to be there actually for our anniversary, and I feel like I'm at the finest restaurant in the world with that wonderful gourmet smell, because that's what Graham and Rollins is all about, isn't it?
It is that. 77 years. My family's been in the business of processing seafood, primarily crab, but being in the Mid-Atlantic in Virginia in the Chesapeake Bay, there's an abundance of seafood right in our backyard.
Right.
And so today we're bringing you these wonderful Atlantic sea scallops. These are truly dry scallops. When I say dry, they are not soaked in chemicals and inflated and bloated. It's a true dry scallop.
And the texture of a dry scallop, which is tons more expensive, because I know when I buy them to make them, they're a lot more expensive. The texture is incredible. So maybe you've tried these before. I know we're saying they're new today because it's a new configuration of getting either the 3 or the 6. But in previous years, when we brought the Graham and Rollins bacon wrapped scallops, they have been so highly top rated. People just raving about them. And this is the kind of elegance that, honestly, I love to cook, I love to entertain, but Johnny, I would never, ever, ever attempt this at home.
Well, you know, we really pride ourselves in the scallops, and we call these, Jane, actually the top of the trip. And when I say top of the trip, the scallops, when they're harvested, the boats that go out and harvest these scallops, actually in the Atlantic Ocean, about 70, 80 miles off our coast, they go out for days on end, sometimes up to a week. So we take these scallops are particular in that we request the captains to use only the last catch, the top of the trip, which means when they go down in the hold, they're going to be the ones on the top. So when the boats come to the dock, they're the first ones that come off the boat, and they're selectively handled, and the bacon is applied. They're blast frozen individually at 80 below. And we serve these to you all in 1 pound baggies, so you're not going to have a big pillow with 3 or 6 pounds floating in there. They're all individually quick frozen, so they're loose, packed in 1 pound packages.
Oh, that is so good.
Approximately 14 to the bag, so you don't have to eat them all in one sit down. If you want to, you can. But they're just nice to have in the freezer.
And you know what I'm looking around and seeing, Johnny? There's no sauce, there's no drizzle, there's no dunking, there's no dipping, because you don't have to do that when you've got the Graham and Rollins bacon wrapped scallops. Here's how you're gonna get them. So people are gonna come for Thanksgiving. They all need something. My dad was Italian. He used to say to cut the hunger, right before the big meal. So you need to have something out for your guests to enjoy. And with all the work you put into Thanksgiving, this is what, about 20 minutes in the oven.
Correct.
From frozen.
Correct.
You can put this out on a platter. You don't have to do anything else but this. Everybody enjoys them. And I think that's why the immediate ship date is going super fast. So is that 18th of November, which is going to be guaranteed in time for Thanksgiving. We have a third ship date, and that is going to be the 2nd of December. And that's in time for Christmas. But we have fewer than 300 to go around. This top rated bestseller is in 3 or 6 pounds. And we have the best Easy Pay in the show. 6 easy payments, Johnny. But that's going away at the end of the day, so you want to take advantage of it now. Can we talk about how time-consuming making something like this is?
Well, it's very time-consuming. In fact, this bacon is especially sliced. It's not a full slice of bacon. The slice of the bacon is thin enough and to the right thickness, to whereas when we bake it or broil it or cook it, we're not overcooking the bacon, we're not undercooking the bacon, and we don't want to overcook the scallop. And the scallop itself is wrapped with the bacon around the body of the scallop. When the scallop is shucked, the pores where the bacon is wrapped are open when they're obviously cooked off, and it allows the bacon juices to go through the bacon, and you have that nice marination that meets in the middle, and you get that beautiful sweet flavor.
Wow, and that's why, again, you don't have to have anything to dip or dunk or spray on top of it. So this is the 3 pound right here, Johnny.
That's
is
a
that
3 pound offering.
So if you're wondering how much is it, what the platter that's in front of me, this is actually 3 pounds. So that's going to be healthy. If you're giving like 3 or 4 to each person, you could truly feed what? 10, 12 people?
About 14 people, about 28 to 30 pieces for the 3 pounder, and then you double that for the 6.
Right.
But Again, these are 10 to 20 count scallops. In fact, I have one I brought, if I can get the camera to come in.
Sure, we'll wait, we'll follow you, honey.
I've actually got one in my hand just to show you the size of the actual scallop, okay?
Look at that. And let me tell you, I mean, this is hard labor, hard work. If you've ever attempted anything like this, you know how difficult it is. I was telling Johnny, I was doing a charity event, and they said, we want to do hors d'oeuvres. And I said, it's going to be too expensive. And they said, what do you mean? Everything's little. I said, no, everything little is a lot more expensive than even like a big plated dinner. This is gourmet elegance from how many years in the seafood business?
77 years.
Yeah, you trust them. But we have an update already. The 3-pound that ships immediately, we have 100 left.
Oh,
the
my
6-pound that we ship immediately, 4 dozen. Now, don't panic, because the 18th of November is still in time for Thanksgiving, but we have fewer than 100 in both the 3-pound and the 6-pound. In December 2nd, 200 left. That's between both. So maybe this is, I was saying, this is the Christmas Eve. We come in, we're tired.
Absolutely.
20 minutes, you have a gourmet appetizer with a nice glass of Sauvignon Blanc for me and Chardonnay for the hubby. And then what about like New Year's Eve? Would this be the best New Year's Eve?
This is you know, one of my family favorites for both Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's the first appetizer to come out, and then the she crab soup will follow up. But these things are so delicious. It's like eating popcorn. You just can't stop on one. You just keep putting in your mouth. They're so delicate and I mean, delightful.
Like I said, for my family, it's a 30-year tradition to have the bacon wrapped in scallops, but you know, we don't do it very often. It's usually only for really elegant parties because it's so hard to do, and yet you've done it for us. But we're running out of these right and left. And if somebody just tuned in, it's 6:15. We have about 45 minutes left in our mini-series. You guys have been doing seafood for a long, long time, Johnny.
77 years in Chesapeake Bay, and seafood runs through our veins. And you know, we wouldn't bring you something here that wasn't something that our family would obviously endorse, because this is truly a delicacy. Being in the Mid-Atlantic, we've got a host of seafood around us, and we're only going to bring you the best. Right. Only what our family would obviously share amongst ourselves for holidays and supper time and so forth. But this is truly one of our family favorites. It's always been at our Christmas, always been at our Thanksgiving. You get those unexpected guests that show up. You can put these in the oven. I usually recommend to put them on a raised rack, because when you're cooking that bacon, you want to allow that grease to escape the scallop. So if you put them on a raised rack in the oven at 425 degrees, they're done in 20 minutes.
Wow. That's
air fryer, 7 minutes, 400 degrees, done. Right. You can put these on a skewer and go out back on your deck and put them on a grill. Rotate them every 5 or 6 minutes, and they're done.
Ooh, that'd
Very
be beautiful.
versatile.
Well, and how long do they stay in the freezer? Because there's no auto delivery, so we might want to stock up.
If you can keep them there a year, good luck.
A year.
Up to a year.
They're not going to stay a year, but they'll be safe for a year. They'll be fresh for a year. And the thing is, when you are serving these, everybody knows you really love them, because this is a decadent, expensive, fabulous way to entertain that you're getting from the best of the best. But all ship options, all ship dates, and both amounts, the 3 and the 6, we are super limited right now. We're literally down to 300 amongst all choices. That's the 3 and the 6 and 3 ship dates. So we're going to keep an eye on this, because you know what? It's probably going to show a sold-out sign like we're about to do on the Junior's cheesecake. Mary Beth Rose said to me, it is honestly rivaling for her favorite, which is the strawberry. Wow. Oh, and Bella Brand sold out as well. So don't forget, I have a one-time only price coming up. I'm wearing some cute shoes that are coming up in Shoe Shopping with Jane, because it is a Tuesday.